Hi, this is Olga, and in today's video I want to share an update on international travel to and from Canada, as well as share my personal experience about traveling from Canada to the Dominican Republic and then traveling back to Canada. As of October 30th, Canada requires proof of vaccination for those people who are traveling by cruise, by plane, or by railway within Canadian provinces. So this means that you have to be fully vaccinated and you have to be able to show your proof of vaccination if you want to get to places within Canada. This also applies to flights going internationally and domestically within Canada, within Canadian provinces, as well as international flights departing from Canada and arriving to Canada internationally. So in British Columbia here, we have a BC vaccine record card. So this is what the card looks like. And this card contains the information about your vaccines, your first and your second dose. We also have a website where you can just log in and enter the data about your vaccination, and it will generate a QR code, a specific QR code for the person. And then you can download that QR code onto your cell phone and just show it when you board the plane, when you travel someplace, or if you just want to sit down at a cafe. So at the moment, the Canadian government is working together with all of the provinces and territories on developing a standardized proof of vaccination that will be Canada-wide, and this single source of truth will be applied for all the Canadian provinces and territories. They announced the work back in August, and by November we should all be getting a single source of truth for vaccination that will be applicable nationwide. Let's touch upon one of the closest destinations here in Canada, reopening of the US borders. So the government announced a week ago that November 8th will be the date of reopening the Canada-US border by land. So this border has been closed since the pandemic started back in March 2020, and everybody is so excited about the borders being reopened. So personally, we live about 80 kilometers away from the Canada-US border, and that is so exciting because right now we'll be able to come into the US and travel and then come back to Canada just by showing the proof of vaccination. So right now, if you're traveling to the US by plane, you have to show your proof of vaccination as well as a negative antigen test. If you are planning to travel from Canada to the US by car, by land, you're not required to show any kind of tests, right? You have to show only the proof of vaccination. When you're coming back to Canada from the US or from any other country, you are required to show a negative PCR test that has been done 72 hours within your departure. So I'd like to talk about my experience traveling from Canada to the Dominican Republic and then traveling back from the Dominican Republic back to Canada. So before leaving for the Dominican Republic, you have to go to the website and fill out the information about your stay in the Dominican Republic. So things like where you're gonna stay, how long is your stay, what's the purpose of your travel. That is done by the customs officials, and you have to be ready to show the QR code that's been generated on this website at the airport when you board the plane. One of the other things you have to make sure is that you have all of your documents and all of your information on you, so that when you pass the customs in the Dominican Republic, you know where to go. So when we arrived to the Dominican Republic, we showed the QR code with all of the data, all of the information that we have filled out beforehand, and also talked about the purpose of our travel, which was tourism, having a vacation. And after you exit the airport, you have to know who is your travel operator. So in our case, this was Air Canada Travel, and we found a representative for Air Canada, and then we found our way from there. You are required to download and install the Arrive Canada app on your cell phone. So this is the app that requires you to fill in the data, the necessary data about your travel, about your coming back to Canada, the dates and the purpose of your travel, as well as the results of your PCR test that has been made within 72 hours before your departure. So after you get your results of the PCR test, you have to think about starting to fill out the Arrive Canada app. Once you arrive to Canada and you land to Canada, you have to go through customs. And at the customs and border control, the border control officer will ask you for those documents. So he will ask you for your Arrive Canada app, for your proof of vaccination, as well as your negative PCR test. If you have those 3 things on you, you will be exempt from spending 14 days in quarantine. So in my case, I hold a Ukrainian passport, and when I arrived to Canada, I had to show my proof of vaccination. So I had my BC vaccine card, which was a QR code for me. And also I had my Arrive Canada app with a specific QR code generated for that, as well as my negative PCR test that turned out to be negative. And I have shown all of these documents as well as my proof of vaccination. And then on my passport, I received this green sticker with the PHAC. So they explained to me that this means I am good to go and I don't have to spend any time in quarantine, which was really nice because the people who didn't have proof of vaccination, they were required to go and spend 14 days in quarantine, reporting to the app and reporting to the officials that they are staying at home and they have a place to stay with access to food and delivery, etc. So not having to spend 14 days in quarantine was a relief, and it was really great. Another thing, so before coming to Canada, in my case, I have a work visa and an open work permit. And so these 2 documents always go together. So the Border Patrol officer asked me to see my visa and also to see my work permit. So just keep in mind that if you're here on a work permit or a visa or a student permit, you have to carry those 2 documents together. Your visa and your work permit always go together. So this was my update and my personal experience traveling to and from Canada. I'm looking forward to November 8th to the border being reopened between Canada and the US. Everybody is pretty excited about being able to go to the US by car, by land, and just showing the proof of vaccination. I hope you like this video. I hope you like this information and that my experience is somehow useful. Let me know if you have any questions about travel within Canada. I'm always happy to share my stories and my personal experience. And if you like these kind of videos, hit a like and subscribe to the channel. And thank you so much and have a really good one. Bye!